Hello, welcome to A Life Without Parole. I'm Amy, and today we're going to be talking about Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone is on trial. She had a hearing today, and I want to talk about that. Now, just a recap of who she is what we're calling the suitcase murderer. Basically, she played hide and seek with her boyfriend, locked him in a suitcase, and then he died. She's claiming that she went to bed drunk, didn't realize he was in danger, fell asleep, came back in the morning and realized that he was dead in his suitcase. The only problem that she has with this story is that she happened to record herself laughing at him when he's begging for his life, saying he can't breathe, so on and so forth. This recording has been made public. There's been many shows about it. She's got a huge mountain to overcome if she's going to be found innocent because the evidence is out there. Well, she has gone through 8 attorneys. She now is on her 9th attorney. It appears that anytime someone says something that she doesn't like, they got to go. So she's gone through one attorney after the other after the other. Eventually, the judge said, you're going to have to be your own attorney if you're not willing to let an attorney do their thing for you. So she's been doing that. Well, those hearings have been less than productive. Let's just put it this way. She knows nothing about court procedures, about the laws, or anything. She just knows a lot about herself and seems to think herself quite grand and thinks that everyone else should too. This is my opinion. Well, anyway, it hasn't been going great. It's been frustrating for everyone involved. It's frustrating for her. It's frustrating for the prosecuting attorneys. It's frustrating for the judge. It's frustrating for everyone in the courtroom because so much time is taken on just the basic things that she really doesn't understand. So, basic procedures, basic things. One thing that I always say when you see an attorney in a courtroom, what you see seems composed and sometimes it even appears quite easy, but you're not seeing it's like a duck on top of the water that's floating along, looking like all is well, when really underneath they're paddling, paddling, paddling. A lot is happening behind the scenes. And anyway, apparently the judge is going to give Miss Sarah Boone one last chance. She has an attorney. As she was coming into the courtroom, she was giddy. Her facial expressions showed how happy she was because now she has an attorney. It appears that the type of defense that they're going to do is that she was an abused girlfriend and all that is why all of this happened, which that will be interesting to see how that plays out. But he needed text messages. Basically, this attorney doesn't have enough time. So he hasn't had enough time to really review everything, and he was asking for an extension. According to the laws, she's already passed her extension when she was representing herself. So it wasn't a for sure thing that she was going to get this extension granted as far as discovery and her attorney being able to look over the discovery. I'll show you just a few little clips so that you can see what happened in the courtroom. But basically, she seems to be in heaven with her new attorney. She's got a smirk on her face. She's so happy. She's going to sock it to us, I think. And it looks like the camera zoomed in on her. So we don't know for sure who she's looking at, but from the angle, it appears that she's looking at her attorney. She's so happy. She's giggling. She's smiling. And it looks like he must be telling her to like poker face, poker face. You need poker face in a courtroom, even when it's just to the judge. So she tries to, I'll show you it all. But basically, he did get the little bit of extension. He's got a lot of ground to cover. This trial starts October 7th, and I will be covering it. So stay with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And There's going to be more to come. Let me show you what I found. Sarah Boone's body language when she walked into the courtroom was completely different than any other hearing I've seen her in. Look at her, smiling, giggling, happy, looking at the cameras like, you watch what I have up my sleeve today. Oh, things are good. She just can't help herself. She's just so happy. Then I get the feeling that the attorney's like, poker face, and so she tries to look grumpy or stoic or whatever it is, like not so happy, but she can't help herself. She's like, we got this. We know it. Okay, now you know these are all my opinions, but what do you think? Doesn't it look a bit different than any other hearing? If you follow this trial, you'll see that she has a lot of joy and happiness in her face.
Judge, I'm James Owens, and I'm representing Sarah Boone.
Sir, good morning. Pleasure. Ms. Boone, good morning. Could you please state your, raise your right hand now. First, going to go ahead and swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Ma'am, good morning. Could you state your full name and date of birth for the record for me?
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
Good morning, everyone. We are here on several different items. The first is the court's notice of hearing that was sent out last week. The first issue on that was addressing the viewing of the physical evidence here in open court. On August 5, the court entered an order setting forth certain deadlines and scheduling, including the viewing of the digital evidence no later than September 3, and the physical evidence viewing to take place here in open court on September the 3rd, and a schedule for objections thereafter. The digital evidence review took place on August 9th, and the August 23rd deadline for objections has since passed. On August 14th, the court was advised of an alternative arrangement and advised the state to file a notice reflecting when and where and how that review would have taken place. I did not receive or see such a notice in the court file. Mr. Castore?
Yes, Your Honor. We were not able to file the notice prior to today. However, on Friday, August the 30th, we were able to have that evidence review of the physical items with Ms. Boone at the Orangecounty Jail.
Okay, all right. Ms. Boone, can you confirm if in fact that viewing took place?
It took place.
Okay, all right, very good. And who did it take place between the state, yourself, and was Mr. Lane with Prison Break Investigations a part of that viewing?
Correct.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Also set for hearing this morning was defendant's motion for payment of costs and appointing neuropsychologists to assist the defendant in preparation of the defense. That was filed on August 14th. The next day, August 15th, JSCS filed a response to the motions for payment of costs and appointment of a neuropsychiatrist.
Paragraph 10 of JSC's death investigator and the motion to appoint the forensic psychologist was filed at 6:10 p.m.
I do see that. As the court previously identified, JSCS chose not to participate in this morning's hearing by virtue of their response with regard to the experts. So as long as you file a notice in advance, sir, I don't have a problem with that.
Judge, that's
State, anything else?
not this time, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk is going to work dutifully to, it's already done? Excellent. I'll have Ms. Barrios, my judicial assistant, forward these to JCS and see if we can coordinate a hearing. State will have till close of business September 10th to file responses to motion for statement of particulars and motion for additional discovery. Parties having no other business before the court, you'll have a fair.
So basically, it's almost like it's Sarah's first win. I wouldn't say win, but the first time things have gone her way, and she's happy. As is her attorney. They come over, do a little fist pump like, hey, we are making some progress. It'll be interesting now to see how this trial proceeds. At least things will start getting done now that there is an attorney That is, of course, unless he gets her mad and she fires him. Well, time will tell. This is coming up quick, October 7th. All right, there we go. Miss Sarah Boone got an uphill battle. Her attorney seems very competent and will definitely be helping her cause because let's face it, representing yourself isn't always the best option. I don't know of a time when representing yourself was a good option in a murder trial. If you know of one, a case where someone represented themselves and had success, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you know of a case where someone represented themselves and it didn't go well, put that in the comments below too. Let's talk about it. All right, I'll see you again soon. See ya.